Everyone, welcome to Battle with Bronies. I am your host. My name is Elliot. How the heck is everyone today? Good. Alright then. We've got a lot of stuff to cover today, and I mean a lot. So I'm not going to waste a lot of time here getting started. Got lots of news, lots of photos, and a lot of videos too. I'm trying a lot of new things here today. For one, I'm going to what I did throughout the week was went to a lot of people, and I should have done this from the beginning, folks. What I'm blip. I went to people. I saw some of their art, I saw their videos, I did that, and I asked them, can I use it on the show to showcase this stuff? Since I wasn't getting content coming to me, I thought I'd go to them. We'll see how it works out. I hope it drums up a lot of support. But as per usual, we will get started as per normal with the news. Just make sure I got the right thing clicked. Earlier in the week, you might have heard of MLP nominated for a Tubby Award. Apparently, it's an internet award of some kind. Here's a link for y'all. I didn't read up too much on it, so I'm not. It's been a little while, but if you want, go ahead and vote for it. It's on page 13. Just throw your name in there and vote it up, I guess. Moving along here. For those of you interested in what MLP are going to be putting their name on over the next year or so, you might have seen this article on the EQD page, their licensing article. Yeah, this one. There you go. Long story short, here's what it's looking at. Mostly, I'm concerned mostly for the American-made products, but you can, for those of you outside of America, some of it applies to you, so it's worth a look for everyone. Anyway, we got, what have we got? T-shirts, jewelry, eyeglasses, and other apparel, and oral care products. Yeah, we've seen the oral care products one before. For any of you who've gone into a store and seen that, what is it? I know it's Trading Toothpaste, but I can't remember the brand. I want to say it's Colgate, but it could be Crest. Anyway, check that stuff out. Okay, good. Moving along. Now we're moving into a lot of DVD territory here, folks. We've got a ton of DVD news. First off, this one's a bit of an old article, but I do want to bring it up again, just because I have it here with me. That's right. Got the Royal Wedding DVD, 5 episodes, Piano Lot Wedding Part 1 and 2, Hearts and Hoops Day, Sweet and Elite, and The Best Night Ever. $10. You're looking for some episodes on DVD in a tangible format. There you go. I'll get you the link to the site in a second here. There we go. Like I said, for $10 you can't go wrong. And if you don't like ordering off of Amazon, you should be able to find it in stores. I've seen the first one before, the Friendship Express, so I wouldn't be surprised if it's already in stores. Check it out. Like I said, if that's your thing, go for it. Now, speaking of DVDs, we got one, including the 2 I just gave, 3, 4, 5 articles on DVDs, but they're all worth checking out, I assure you of this. The Madman Volume 5 DVD Pony set is out, or I think they said it's either out or going to be out. Now, this doesn't apply to us, for those of us in America and with Region 1 codes. This applies to, if I recall right, Region 4. Let me check in on that here. It would be Fun Games and Friendship here. It'll be released, no, that's already been released. I apologize. No, I'm sorry. It is, because they're using a different date format. I apologize. So this will be released October 3rd. Like I said, for those of you in Region 4, this is anywhere in Mexico and the rest of south of there, Australia, and a bit of the Philippines. So it's basically all of Pacifica, or the Pacific Rim, for whatever it's, for whatever you want to call it. So for those of you who have who are buying the season 1 in that increment out of force, got some new ones on the way. But check it out. Moving along here. Now this one does have a spoiler link to it, so I can't show it. But just copying it here. Check it out. Like I said, I'm gonna warn. This is the Adventures in the Crystal Empire DVD, slated to release December 4th, if I recall right, sometime in December. This is Region 1, so all of us in America will get it. The reason there's a spoiler link on it is because of the front cover. There's, well, I can't say that, but the front cover contains pictures of, well, spoilers. It's not big. I will say that. It's not grand, but I'm kind of with the EQD link article where I got this from. I'll play it safe and say spoilers. But I don't know, you can pre-order it. I'd almost suggest just waiting a little bit, because when I ordered this one, I had it pre-ordered and it was, what, $14 I think it was when I pre-ordered it. And I had to cancel the pre-order for reasons on my own. And when I reordered it, I got it for $9.95 or something like that. So I would almost suggest just waiting until it comes out. You're gonna have to wait a little bit then. You won't get it first day, but you save a little bit of money. Just why not? Anyway. Now this one is, I want to say, shocking, because I tell you what, I apologize. Where was I? This is for us again in Region 1 DVD codes. There's your order. All of Season 1 on DVD for, as they put it, the low price of $24.49, as you can see by the screen there. $24 for Season 1. Most Season 1, or not even Season 1, Season DVD box sets that I see are about $30 to $40, so you're getting a real steal of a deal here, folks. It's an Amazon exclusive at this point, it looks like, so you're going to, well, have to order through Amazon. But if you're like me, who enjoys having them on, who enjoys, despite having the episodes on multiple formats, still prefers a hard copy, this is a no-brainer. I'll be getting it at some point easily. In terms of discounts, though, I'm hesitant about this one, so I would say you're probably safe to pre-order it. Yeah, if they aren't taken down by then, Mr. Ben. And finally in the news, not finally, I'm sorry. In Brody State news, we won the lottery on Friday, so I get to report on this stuff. They ran the lottery last night, and I'll just go straight down the list. The A movie is Fight Club. The B movie is The Day After Tomorrow. The first Pony episode is Applebuck Season, and the second Pony episode is Dragonshy. I'm sorry. So tune in next Friday or Saturday if you for the encore if you missed it. But on Friday at 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, head to bromystate.net. You won't be disappointed. Let's just put it that way. It's a great group of people. We've interviewed them before. For all of you who are new here, check out episode 14 for our interview with these guys. I can't recommend them enough. In other news amongst them, this is a bit of a weird one, but sorry, get rid of that. Bit of just a personal one on. Wrong one. I apologize. There we go. The BwB Fanfare podcast, I was literally informed of this just last night, and of course look at the post date, September 6th, so it's kind of a suddenly hit me mentality. Anyway, the BwB Fanfare is apparently some event taking place over this weekend in Austin, Texas for, well, the BwB convention. And apparently they, how do I put this? They have two new podcasters, Allegro and, hope I'm pronouncing these names correct for what it's worth, and Gigabit Harmony. And they've been doing a podcast every Saturday night, if I recall right. Saturday night or it coincides over ours. I can't remember. I don't remember when they posted the time. Matter of fact, I don't even think they have. Anyway, they've got, here's the schedule for them. And as the article states, Gigabit and Allegro will be hosting a special live podcast at 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time today. So if you're up for it, drop on by at 10:30 Eastern Standard Time and check them out. They are. I'm just reading the chat here. They also pick. I don't know if I didn't put it in. I apologize. Here's the article. Tweet or follow them at Pixel Pony Show, a Twitter account. It's on there. Just follow the link. And after that, to coincide with this, now this is a bit of a weird article I'm gonna post here, but they're streaming this BwB Fanfare on Celestial Radio. Now, I can't guarantee that this one is a viable link, or is viable at this point. So just take my word for it. Here's the EQD article. I'm not going to it, and I don't know if it's still viable. So if you're interested in this kind of stuff, watching convention streams, check it out. And well, there you go. But I thought I would at least get some way of streaming the whole thing up there. And before we move on here, did you guys know that it's Applejack Appreciation Day? I was just informed of this early today, very early today. But yeah, of all things, it's Applejack Appreciation Day. Here is the article, well, actually more specifically the Deviant Art Journal, that highlights it. Yeah, that whole background pointing thing really irks me, but that's just me. Here is the journal. Yeah, the journal entry. It's a little confusing because of some edits, but to make a long story short, this is the article that did it, and I was informed about this through a drawing by an artist I subscribe to, White Diamonds Ltd. We'll get back to her in a little while, but check out the article. It's Applejack Appreciation Day, and in other news, I believe that is it. Yeah, that's it. Now, I was kind of a bit of a story here for you, folks. As I said, I went around going from some of the stuff I saw over the week, like arts and videos. I asked the creators if I could use this on their show. Well, someone here wants me to wanted to be here when it was here. Ms. Giggly Maria, welcome to our show. Oh, sorry. Hello?
Hi.
Howdy. Just give me a minute to adjust the volume. Can everyone hear it? I'll try again. Something's not right. I wonder if there are some connection problems on her end, because it's reading green across my screen. Mr. Ben, yeah, no kidding. Well, why don't we, I'm going to go to a picture here. Or not, never mind, she's back online. That's understandable. Are you there?
My brother likes to play Call of Duty a lot, so I leg out. Okay. What am I supposed to do?
Well, just tell us a little bit about your video.
Okay.
It's called Dear Celestia.
For my video, I had the art done by Avarek, and he's like a really good artist. He's like really, really cool. And then I had the piano part done by Philly Fu, and he's one of my close friends. And like he did the piano part so beautifully. Like I would not have been able to it's amazing. And then I had like a lot of choices between the art. Like there were Avarek drew a lot of different kind of things that different covers. But so I had to like do a little poll, with my friends to see which art we would pick. But I picked the one that like fit the mood of the song most, I guess. And believe it or not, this is like the recording was my first take. I used that as like the final. I only took 2 takes because I was like, I kind of got sick after the first one a little bit for like a good like week or something, and so I just ended up using the first one, and my friend Blaze, he mastered the track. So
nice. So, what made you decide to create this? Why? Why this specific topic, not as opposed to anything else?
Well, there was never really. I noticed that after an episode, I also thought of like there was a big gap between season 2 and season 3, right? So I was like, oh, it's like, oh, Twilight hasn't written a letter to Celestia in a while. And so I thought about that, and I was like, oh, Twilight, she's probably like really thankful of, all the things that she learned from like Celestia during her there. And like I like looked up all the lessons that she learned like at the end of each of the episodes. Yeah, oh really? I'm a new brony. I've only been a brony for like 2 months, maybe a month and a half. I don't know, somewhere in there. Anyway, yeah, season 3, like what the crap. Okay. So, what was I even talking about in my head?
You were talking about why you chose the topic of the song.
Oh yeah, okay, so I looked up all the like the things that the lessons that Twilight learned, and I like made a song out of it, and I was like, bro, Philly, we need to do like a collab, and he's like, yeah. And so I just like made a little tune in my head, and then I gave it to him, and he was like, okay. And then he made a piano part, and then sent it to me, and then I recorded over it.
It's an amazing.
And that was it.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh no, continue. What were you saying?
I was gonna say it's just amazing musicians how you can give them seeds and they can make trees out of them.
Yeah. I didn't give him any like direction. I just said I want it to be like a slow piano song, and he was like, okay. And he just like went at it. It was amazing, really.
Do you should we listen to it? And if you have any last minute questions or anything,
I don't have anything
can we call you back
else to
then?
say. I'm winging it, remember?
All right. Hold your call. We'll be right back with you.
Okay.
1 minute, folks. Just gonna get some stuff set up so that we can actually hear it and see it. If it's too loud and or echoey, please tell me.
Dear Celestia, it's been a while since I ran into you. How's Equestria? I think I've learned. Dear Celestia, it's been a while since I ran into you. How's Equestria? I think I've learned something new. These friends of mine have gotten so close and taught me everything I know. I wanna thank you, dear Celestia. Share your blessings, generosity. Embrace each other's differences. Give more than receive. Solutions where you least expect. Your friends will be there when you wreck. So keep your hooves on the ground. I've learned so much from this time. Celestia. It's been a while since I've written to you. How's Equestria? I think I've learned something new. These friends of mine have gotten so close and taught me everything I know. I wanna thank you, dear Celestia. Dear Celestia. Hi again.
Hello. And thank you for that wonderful piece.
Oh, thanks for showing it.
Oh, my
It's so
job.
crazy. I have over 3,000 views. Like the fudge happened. Like no, like literally. Like one time it was like, you know, like 100, and then I was like, oh my gosh, 100 views, and I was like crying. And then like it went up to 200, and then it was like it stayed at 300 for a while, because you know when like apparently when like a video is popular or something, like it like the views don't update for a while, right?
They do it
And
to block, like
yeah,
to.
it went from 300 to 1,500, and I was like, "Rah!" And I died. I literally cried. I'm not even kidding. I cried after that, and then it was played on Philadelphia radio, and I cried there too. And then it got past 2,000, and I cried. So I pretty much cry a lot, you know, whatever.
Trust me, there's a reason you have 3,000 views on that video. There really is.
Thank you.
Sorry, I had this.
Oh, bye.
I apologize for that.
Oh,
But
this- oh my gosh.
as I was saying, there's a reason you have 3,000 views on that video.
It was on Equestria Daily, and that might be it.
Well, there's a how do I want to put this? People follow quality. They look for it, and when they find it, they stick to it.
Oh.
There's a reason for that. There is a reason for all of this, and I'm really hoping you carry this on, because I would love to feature your videos if they're of this magnitude. I really
Okay, I
would.
might actually upload another video like tonight. I gotta go record. No, because I haven't been able to do it because I've been so busy this week because of school and like swimming, and it's been off. But it's gonna be a cool one. It's gonna have pretty pictures that I drew. You guys should be excited.
Excellent.
Excited.
Excellent. Can we get a preview on what it's going to be?
Okay, it's gonna be a cover of "Lost on the Moon." You know that song? Yeah, I'll link you. Totally true.
Throw it in the links, and we'll.
Yeah.
Who was the artist of Lost on the Moon?
Wooden Toaster and Living Tombstone featuring Raina Chan.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, lots of views went up on that. There.
Excellent. Any audience? Any questions? One of the things we do is we have the audience ask questions on this show, and I was just curious if they have anything to say.
Well, I've been talking to them. I don't know if they have any questions.
Yeah, more than anything, if Mr. Ben does at this point, but.
Ben, do you have any questions? I put the link for your for this in my thingy, and I kind of promoted a couple places just then, but they're all doing Minecraft or something. I don't know.
Any
Weird people.
Any closing or final comments?
I'm so excited. Oh, I like pie too. What kind of pie? I think my favorite might be either key lime pie or if you have a peach kind of cobbler. Oh my gosh, that's really good.
I'm more of a French silk pumpkin pie kind of guy.
Ooh, that's good too.
Isn't it? Which one?
Okay. How is this the end of your show?
No. We still got a ton of stuff to go through, but I was gonna hang up the Skype call. That's all.
Apple pie. Ooh. Dude, you know those bumpy cakes?
Bumpy cakes?
Yeah, bumpy cakes. It's a bumpy. I don't know. It's just a bumpy cake. I don't know how else to explain it. And it's chocolate and stuff. And it's double chocolate, you know.
I don't think
It's
I've
really
ever seen one.
Yeah.
Huh? No kidding.
I always have it for my dad's birthdays because he loves bumpy cake. He's always like, I want a bumpy cake, and I'll be like, ah.
A double chocolate cake.
Hmm?
Mr. Ben's comment. Birthdays. What of it, Mr. Ben?
No way!
Well, happy birthday.
Oh my gosh, a happy early birthday! Because I don't think I'll be able to talk to you. Because I don't know you. The 26th of August? Mine's in September on the same day? Whoa!
Well, happy birthday to you, too. And we're in September.
It's already September.
It's September 8th.
Are you sure the 26th? Then it's not next Tuesday. Right?
No, because...
I was like, is it really? You know, that close to my birthday? I don't know.
Well, anyway, like I said, Ms. Maria, do you have any final comments about your video before we move on?
No, actually I don't. I want to thank all the people that supported me and made me actually post my first video, because I kind of I wouldn't have posted it without them, because they were like, Maria, you gotta post stuff, and I was like, oh, and I did, and then I got subscribers, so I was like, oh, I guess I have to continue this. So I did. So and it's happened so fast. I've only been here for 2 months, and I already know I might. Okay, ready? Are you ready for some really secretive stuff, guys?
Sure.
I am going to be doing a collab with Mike the Microphone.
Neat.
Yep. Mm-hmm. He was all like, bro, your voice is beautiful, let's do a collab, and I was like, oh! And so we're doing that.
When's this gonna be?
I don't know, because he's kind of busy. He said he's finishing up a lot of projects right now.
Mm-hmm.
So probably a good month, I'd say.
Okay.
But yeah, it's gonna happen.
Well, we'll definitely have to keep our eyes, or ears, I should say, open for that.
Okay. Well, I'll always whenever you're doing this show, I'll totally advertise for it and stuff.
Saturdays at 3 Central, 3 o'clock Central Standard Time.
Okay.
Thank you.
I gotta go record for the new video and such.
Understood. Take care.
Thank you so much, you too.
You are welcome.
Bye.
Take care. Feedback. Unnecessary. Ladies and gentlemen, Ms. Maria.
farewell. Now then, as we were really need to keep moving here, Dusty Cat recorded another video. I'm sure you probably saw that one. Shall we listen? This is Barry, You're a Fine Mare.
There's a bar on a winter's day, and it serves 100 guards a day. Lonely soldiers pass the time away and talk about their home. And there's a mare in this mountain town, and she works laying whiskey down. They say, Barry, fetch another round. She serves them cider and wine. The soldiers say, Barry, you're a fine man. What a good wife you would be. Yeah, your eyes could coax a soldier to be free. Barry wears a braided string made of finest silver from the Griffin's king. A locket that bears a claim of the stallion Barry loves. He came on a summer's day bringing gifts from far away, but he made it clear he couldn't stay. The royal guard was his home. The soldier said, Barry, you're a fine man. What a good wife you would be. But my life and love is celestial cavalry. Yeah, Barry used to watch his eyes as he told his soldiers stories. She could feel the battles fall and rise. She saw its raging glory. But he had always told the truth. Lord, he was an honest colt. And Barry does her best to hold out hope. At night, when the bars close down, Barry walks through a silent town and loves a colt who's not around. She can still hear him say, she hears him say, Barry, you're a fine man. What a good wife you would be. But my life and love is celestial cavalry, cavalry. Barry, you're a fine man. What a good wife you would be. But my life and love is celestial cavalry.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dusty Cat's Barry, You're a Fine Mare. Yeah, I apologize for being so far behind on these links, people. It's been a while since I've done these episodes, and we'll get back to that in a second here. Or towards the end of the show, I'm sorry. This next one is by a guy named Silver Poyozzo. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Titled Into the Storm. Set it back up to this. Yeah. This one I just kind of came across early, and what can I say? I liked it. Let's listen in. Ladies and gentlemen, Into the Storm. No, I don't think we're going to take the continuation. I'm sorry, but the problem is I don't know if I have permission or not. I'm sure I do, but I just don't want to take the chance. If you want to follow up on it, be my guest. And last in the videos, we have My Little Pony PMV Ursa Minor by I True Solely. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Ursa Minor by I True Solely. Alright, now we're moving into art. And like I said, I got a ton this week. Not only from just our regulars, but some new folks too. First up, in honor of Applejack Appreciation Day, I think we're going to start with Recky's work. This one just blew me away. I love this one. Admiral Applejack. Here be the piece. It's just absolutely gorgeous. He's done some work on this kind of stuff before. So, and he said in the comments, or description, he was just basically expanding upon it. But I think it beautifully speaks for itself. Check it out, subscribe to him, all that fun stuff. I made in the comments, I don't forget this, I made a bit of a monologue I could only imagine her saying. You don't have to search for it, my comment, but support his work, support him. Rec, if you're listening to this, I love this piece. I can't get enough of this piece. It's absolutely brilliant. Which one next? Okay, yeah. We'll keep going with the theme of Applejack Appreciation Day. This one was released just hours ago, or maybe a day, but something very close anyway. This is Citra's Rockin' Jack. As you might be able to see in the comments, or why do I keep saying that? In the description, he was going to release this as a print and would release the picture when the t-shirt print came out, but this is in honor of Applejack Appreciation Day. So, by the way, there's the link. So, he released it today, which is the Applejack Appreciation Day. I have to say with this Citra, again, earth pony, earth bending, it all works together, and I think it's actually quite beautiful in here. Another just Another fantastic piece by Citra, but would you honestly expect anything less from him? But what fun would that be if Pinky was Miss Fantastic, Mr. Ben? She'd be disappearing and, we wouldn't see her. And that's not fun. That's not her. Now, I think she would be Mr. Fantastic. Oh, wait. That's the viewer. I apologize, folks. Moving along. We've got... Where are we? Why don't we go with Tox this time? We kind of get the regulars out of the way. I don't know why, but why not? The M Word by Toxic Mario. Span the screen just to... Something went a little haywire there with the mouse. Oh, I know why. Anyway, the M Word. And the Muffin Mafioso herself walks in, or flies in, apparently. That's all I can see when this panel comes up is just that Team Fortress 2 Hallelujah founded music. Mr. Ben. Swipe. No. Not much to say. I think it speaks for itself. Good comic, funny, and as we've discussed with Tox, I found the muffin. Did you find the muffin? He says obvious muffin in this one, but you know what? I can't help but still say that I found the muffin. I just can't. Well, what can you do, Mr. Ben? I mean, Derpy is flying. Now, alright, we got Sit, Tox, and Reki out of the way. Or, I guess, if you want to call it that. Now, this next one, I think I'm going to go with... Do you remember how I said White Diamonds LTD would be... I know she prefers just White Diamonds, but bear with me on this. There was no hidden muffin in that one, Mr. Ben, for the record. The joke of it was just that. There's no muffin except the ones drawn for the purpose. So the joke was, I found a muffin. I found the muffins. Anyway, this one is by White Diamonds LTD, and wait a minute, did I even... Wow, I didn't even give you the link to Tox's. I apologize here. Let me bring that up again and give it to you. I don't care if it's in this window, it's going to be thrown. Yeah, I can kind of feel I'm being a little bit rusty here. Moving along. This is Shine Like Rarity by White Diamonds by White Diamonds. I'm just going to call it that. I don't know who subscribes to her in this chat, but I've been subscribed to her for one of the longest times, and I can't recommend her work hard enough. She does absolutely fantastic work. I made the comment to her, this should be on a trading card, a holofoil holographic trading card. It's that good. And the only reason that, let me back up a little bit, what bites is that computer screens can't do that. Or, without making, say, a GIF or something out of it, but this should be sparkling. This should be sparkling, people. Check her out. You'll probably like her work. She's one I've had in my eyes for a long time, and one day we'll be getting to her. I assure you of this. And moving along here, we've got a lot of season 2 finale artwork, but I'm going to save that for the end. In the meantime, we have some work from this new person named ViffX. I hope I'm pronouncing it. It's ViffX, Viffex. We've got 3 pieces of work from him, and so far, I'm liking what I'm seeing out of this guy. I really am. And, come on. First one is called I Am Pony. He's doing a bit of a project where he takes movie posters and applies a pony to it, or something like this. First one here is a prime example of that. We been subscribed for since he got on. Thanks, Mr. Ben. I was going for a bit of a more dramatic tone in that one, though, but to each their own. Anyway, speaking of this, I'm liking what I'm seeing here. He's got a bit of an Enoch art style, and I like that. Definitely a person to keep your eyes on, people. I wouldn't be surprised if he goes big. I really wouldn't. I Am Pony. Now this next one is is his as well, but kind of speaks for itself. He was doing it as a side note for a friend of his who was writing a fanfic. I didn't follow up on the fanfic, just time constraints more than anything, and if you want to read it, go ahead, but I just decided not to pursue the fanfic. But anyway, this is Luna, as bright as the stars themselves. And what I really like about this one is I like its lighting effect, how it just lets the lights speak for themselves. There's no color, except for the gray, the various shades of gray, but like I said, what I like is it just lets the light speak for itself. And I'm really glad of it. Alright, and last one from ViffX. If you're reading this, I hope I'm pronouncing your name correct. ViffX. This one was released, Friday? So a bit of a new one. Daring Do and the Temple of Muffin. And surprisingly, yes, there is a hidden muffin in this one. Now, of course, out of decency, I won't tell, but check it out. Another excellent one. We all knew that when Daring Do was made, she was designed to be an Indiana Jones look-alike, or in the style of, so how appropriate. On a more serious tone, though, this is easily, as of this date, it's one of his best works. I'm really taken by this one, and I hope you are too. Can you imagine how old and crusty that muffin would be, though, Mr. Ben? It would be as, petrified as the rocks that surround it. Yep, I did get that one. Good. And finally, before we get to the series, season 2 stuff, season, language barriers, we have from Death Pony, The Honest Truth. Yeah, I enjoyed this one. It was so darn silly. Kind of speaks for itself. I made the comment, Celestia, you're not the only one with a sweet tooth, or a cake weakness anyway. Scrunchy face Celestia. I know you've seen his work. Can't recommend this guy enough. Another one that I've got in my eyesight, so check him out. Check him out. I can't get over that face. And finally, moving into the series season 2 finale stuff in the artwork. We have 2 works by we have 2 comics from Mangaka Girl. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. This first one's been out for a while now, but I wanted to put it for background references because there's excuse me, because the second half was released not too long ago. We're just going to have to bite the bullet on this one, folks. I apologize. Basically, the setup is Shining Armor's trying to get through an impenetrable book forge of Twilights. Oh, by the way, here's the link. And all I have to say to this one is, if you haven't seen it, folks, be prepared for the heart attacks, because you're going to get it. Especially in towards the end of this one. No one can break through my impenetrable walls. Behold, my impervious book fortress. And Smarty Pants is a captain of the Royal Guard. Or captain of the Guard. Huh, that's really cute, Twilight. But can you let me pass? What's the passphrase? No, I'm not trying here, folks. Oh, passphrase, huh? Is it? Will you let me go into the kitchen, please? Nope. Smarty Pants is the best captain of the guard? Very true, but that's not it. I love my big brother so much I'll let him pass because he is so hungry and really wants an apple fritter from the fridge? Not even close. Is it I love you, Twilight? I love you too, BBBFF, but that's not the passphrase either. It was worth a shot. Nice try. Yeah, it's just uber cuteness. I apologize for that motorcycle. Anyway, moving along here. Here's the part 2. For trying to use your brotherly charm, I'm going to add another condition to pass the fortress. By the way, here's a link. Fair enough. I'd do anything for that apple fritter right now. You have to sing the passphrase and do that dance that goes with it. Huh? What do you mean? Doink. Oh, come on, Twilight. Only you and Princess Cadence can do that. Those are the conditions. Otherwise, Captain Smarty Pants won't let you pass. But no exceptions. Okay. Only for you, Twilight. Sunshine, sunshine, ladybugs awake. Clap your hooves and do a little shake. Impressive. If we're going to be making noise outside, I'll see to it that the outside stays outside. but nothing. Do it, Philly. Princess Cadence, how much did you see? The whole thing. I must say, you did a pretty good job. I especially like the do a little shake part. I agree. All right, Captain Smarty Pants, let me pass. That's okay, Twilight. Suddenly I don't feel very hungry anymore. Oh, Shiny. Yeah, all I have to say to that one is, ow, my dignity. And finally, well, no, not finally, I apologize. I keep saying this stuff. We have Amino's The Prettiest of Flowers. Here's another artist I've been watching for a while. She has a very, very unique art style that you can see, and I absolutely just am in awe every time she releases something. It's so gorgeous, so pretty, and this is one of her better works that I've seen in a while from her. She doesn't release very often, but when you do, you know you're getting quality, and I think it speaks for itself. There's a little story that goes with it that I won't dare spoil for you. I'll let you guys read it. But check her out. She's definitely worth your time, and definitely someone that I've got on my target list. This I assure you. This won't be the last time we'll be seeing some of her work on this show. And finally, we arrive to Magic Sapphire's MLP Love is in Bloom. Interview list, Mr. Ben. Interview list. This one, if I haven't made it clear that I like humanized ponies, I like humanized ponies, and I absolutely am taken by this photo. When I saw it, I just went, oh. And I'm not kidding by that, folks. I am dead serious. This is Magic Sapphire's Love is in Bloom. It's not only wallpaper quality, but it's just great quality. I don't think she does much pony art though, so this might be the last time we see her, but definitely someone to keep your eyes on. But I think this speaks for itself, easily. It's gorgeous, just gorgeous. And that wraps up all the content. So yeah, that's just it, Mr. Ben. It looks like it's something out of Disney, or it actually looks more like out of an anime to me. But that's why I like it so much. It's just so darn pretty. All right. Hold on a minute while I get some stuff set up. I'm just going to go to camera view to get it set up. You weren't supposed to play. Not right away. Anyway, let's see how many other A's I can make, huh? There we go. Actually, I could probably just do this. Things a little bit easier on myself. There we go. Or not. It's just adjusting the control bar and the screen itself, folks. Bit of a tricky process, but anyway, here we go. Mr. Ben, quit while you're ahead.
a sun superstar, flying higher and higher, and then Rainbow Dash swooped down, swoosh, and right before she hit the ground, shoom, she pulled up. Vroom. Uh-huh. And then she looped around and around like woo, 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 woo. Uh-huh. Phew. Oh, Rainbow Dash! Pinkie Pie? Not again. Rainbow Dash! Not now, Pinkie Pie. But Rainbow Dash! I'm in the middle of something. But I said not now. I was gonna tell you to look out for that mountain.
My little pony, my little pony. Ah, my little pony. I used to wonder what friendship could be. My little pony. Until you all shared its magic with me. Big adventure,
Tons of fun.
a beautiful heart, faithful and strong.
Sharing kindness.
It's an easy feat, and magic makes it all complete. You have mine. Do you know you're all my very best friends?
Hi, I'm looking for Rainbow Dash. Have you seen her? Hi there. Have you seen Rainbow Dash? Okay, thanks anyway. Twilight, have you seen Rainbow Dash anywhere?
Isn't she right up there?
Rainbow Dash! Phew, that was close. Hi! Hi again! I need a favor, Rainbow Dash. Oh, forget it. I totally promise it'll be totally fun.
Okay.
Over to the right. No, a little left. Oh, wait, back to the right. Now, a little leftish while staying rightly. Stop. Maybe a few inches to the south. And now a couple centimeters north. Okay. One more smidge meter to the... Pinkie Pie! I mean, perfect. Now, wait for my signal. Oh, Rainbow Dash, we startled Spike into getting the hiccups.
Good one, Pinkie Pie. You're always pulling a fast one on me.
Oh no, you're not hurt, are you?
Don't be silly. Dragons are fireproof.
Oh, okay, good.
I wish the same thing were true of scrolls.
Have you ever seen anything more hilarious?
I can think of one thing.
I didn't take you for a prankster, Pinkie Pie. Are you kidding? I love to pull pranks. It's all in good fun, and Pinkie Pie loves to have fun.
You know, Pinkie Pie, you're not as annoying as I thought. You want to hang out?
That'd be... I'd really... When would you...
A simple nod will do.
Mm-hmm. Is she even home? I don't know. This is gonna be cold. There she is.
Land sakes!
Is someone over there? Who are we gonna squirt? Who are we gonna squirt? Fluttershy. What? No. We can't prank Fluttershy. I mean, she's so sensitive. It'll hurt her feelings, even our most harmless prank. Yeah, you're right. Huh. We need another victim who's made of tougher stuff. So, who's it gonna be? Oh, I've got someone in mind. The toughest around. Oh, awesome. Who? Do I know them? Oh, yes. You're very close. Good one, Pinkie Pie. Ridiculous. Rise and shine, Rainbow Dash! It's a brand new day and we got a lot of pranking tips. Ooh. Morning, Pinks. Gilda, this is my gal pal, Pinkie Pie. Hey, what's up? Pinkie, this is my Griffin friend, Gilda. What's a Griffin? She's half eagle, half lion, and all awesome. That's right. Gilda's my best bud from my days at Junior Speedster Flight Camp. Hey, remember the chant?
Sure. They made us recite it every morning. I'll never get that lame thing out of my head.
So...
Ugh. Only for you, Dash. Junior Speedsters are our lives. Skybound swords and daring dives. Junior Speedsters, it's our quest to someday be the very best.
Oh, that was awesome! And it gave me a great idea for a prank. Gilda, you game?
Huh. Well, I groove on a good prank as much as the next Griffin. But Dash, you promised me we'd get a flying session in this morning.
Yeah, well, Pinkie Pie, you don't mind, do you? Gilda just got here. We'll catch up with you later. Oh, well, sure, no problem. Have fun, you guys. I'll, just catch up with you. Later.
Whoa! That was sweet. Just like old times.
Yeah, only faster. So now what? Hey there!
Huh?
It's later! And I caught up! Pinkie Pie, you are so random.
Hey, Dash, think you got enough gas left to beat me to that cloud?
A race? You are so on!
1, 2, 3, go!
Hey! I win!
As if I won, dude!
No way!
Yes way!
Oh, come on! I was way ahead of you!
I don't think so.
Oh, gee, 3-1!
Remember back in camp?
There is no way you beat me!
Whatever.
Wow, guys, that was really close! But I think Rainbow Dash beat you by a teeny-weeny itty-bitty hair. Or a teeny-weeny itty-bitty feather. See? Good thing Pinkie Pie's here to keep you honest, G.
Okay, Dash. Last one to that cloud up there is a gnarly dragon egg. Go! I think the high altitude is making you dizzy.
Wait!
So, Dash, got any new moves in your Trictionary? Or are you 100% old school?
New moves? Sit back, G. This is gonna take a while.
Hey, Pinky, come here.
Yeah?
Don't you know how to take get lost for an answer? Dash doesn't need to hang with a dweeb like you now that I'm around. You're darking up the sky, stinky pie. So make like a bee.
Buzz off! Try matching that! Hey, where's Pinkie Pie and her crazy contraption?
She left. Something about being as busy as a bee. So, Pinkie Pie, are you sure that this friend of Rainbow Dash is really so mean?
Yeah! She keeps stealing Rainbow Dash away, she popped my balloons, and she told me to buzz off! I've never met a Griffin this mean. Well, actually, I've never met a Griffin at all. But I bet if I had, she wouldn't have been as mean and grumpy as Gilda.
You know what I think, Pinkie Pie? Well, I think you're jealous.
Jealous?
Green with envy. Well, in your case, pink with envy.
Well, yes, jealous. Listen, Pinky, I don't want to upset you, but just because Rainbow Dash has another friend doesn't make Gilda a grump. I mean, perhaps it's you, Pinky, who needs to improve her attitude.
Improve my attitude? But it's Gilda that... are you serious? Maybe Twilight is right. Maybe Gilda isn't a big, mean, grumpy, mean meanie pants. Maybe I'm just a big, jealous, judgmental, jealousy pants. That was sweet. I gotta take care of a few weather jobs around here. Shouldn't take long. Just hang out in town and I'll come find you.
That's cool, I guess. I'm gonna go chow down.
Later. A rattler! A rattler! Run for the hills! Everybody run, save yourselves!
This stuff ain't fresh, dude.
Aw, poor Granny Smith! She didn't know it was a joke! How mean! No, I can't misjudge her. It was kind of a funny prank, I guess. I did misjudge her! She's not only a meanie mean pants, she's also a thief! No. She might give it back. It's just a joke. All right, little ones. This way. Mama Duck, you're free and clear.
Hey!
Please excuse me.
I'm walking here!
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just trying to... I'm sorry!
Why don't you just watch where you're going, doofus?
But I...
Ugh, please. All these lame ponies are driving me buggy. I gotta bail.
She's a grump and a thief and a bully. The meanest kind of meanie pants there is. I can take it, but no one treats Fluttershy like that. No one. This calls for extreme measures. Pinkie Pie style. Welcome.
Who's this Gilda I've heard nothing about?
I hear she's an old friend of Rainbow Dash, a Griffin, so rare.
You've met Gilda, right? What's she like?
Oh, well, I'll tell you later, Twilight. Welcome! Pinkie Pie, about this party for Gilda, do you really think it's a good idea? I mean... Don't worry your pretty little head about mean old Gilda. Your Auntie Pinkie Pie's got it all taken care of. I'm a year older than you. Gilda! I'm so honored to throw you one of my signature Pinkie Pie parties, and I really, truly, sincerely hope you feel welcome here amongst all us pony folk.
Oh, Pinkie Pie, the old hoof shake buzzer. You are a scream. Yeah, good one, Pinkie Pie.
Come on, G. I'll introduce you to some of my other friends.
Right behind you, Dash. I know what you're up to.
Great!
I know what you're planning.
Well, I hope so. This wasn't supposed to be a surprise party.
I mean, I've got my eye on you.
And I got my eye on you. Everyone, I'd like you all to meet Gilda, a longtime dear friend of Rainbow Dash. Let's honor her and welcome her to Ponyville. Yay, Gilda! Please help yourself.
Vanilla lemon drops. Don't mind if I do.
Hi! Gee, the punch! Huh? Well, what do you know? Pepper in the vanilla lemon drops and the punch served in a dribble glass. Priceless. Priceless.
Yeah, hilarious.
Hey, G, look! Presents!
Spitting snakes. Some pony pulled that prank on me last month.
Ha ha. I bet I know who that was.
You do? Take time, every pony!
Hey, can I blow out the candles?
Why don't we let Gilda blow out the candle, Spike? She is the guest of honor, after all.
Exactly.
Relighting birthday candles. I love that prank. What a classic.
Now, I wonder who could have done that.
Yeah, I wonder.
Who cares? This cake is amazing.
Spike?
What? It's great. Try some.
Hey, G, you're not upset about some silly candles, are you?
No way, Dash. Like I said, I'm down with a good prank.
Come on, then. Let's have some cake.
Hey, I'm watching you like a hawk.
Why? Can't you watch me like a griffin?
Hey, y'all. It's Pin the Tail on the Pony. Let's play. Oh, my favorite game. Can I go first? Can I have the purple tail?
Oh, well, I am the guest of honor, and I'll have the purple tail.
Yeah, Gilda should definitely go first. Let's get you blindfolded.
Hey, what are you doing?
We're spinning you around and around, and then you can pin the tail on the pony. Now just walk straight ahead and pin the tail.
Now just walk straight ahead and pin the tail. Yeah, right. This is another prank, isn't it? I'm going this way.
Oh, wait! The poster is this... Gilda, you pinned the tail on the wrong end. That's funny.
This is your idea of a good time? I've never met a lamer bunch of dweebs in all my life. And Pinkie Pie, you are Queen Lame-o with your weak little party pranks. Did you really think you could make me lose my cool? Well, Dash and I have 10 times as much cool as the rest of you put together. Come on, Dash, we're bailing on this pathetic scene. Come on, Rainbow Dash, I said we're leaving.
You know, Gilda, I was the one who set up all those weak pranks at this party.
What? So I guess I'm Queen Lame-o.
Come on, Dash, you're joshing me.
They weren't all meant for you specifically. It was just dumb luck that you set them all off.
I should have known. That dribble cup had Rainbow Dash written all over it.
No way. It was Pinkie Pie. She set up this party to trip me up, to make a fool of me.
Me? I threw this party to improve your attitude. I thought a good party might turn that frown upside down.
And you sure didn't need any help making a fool of yourself. You know, this is not how I thought my old friends would treat my new friends. If being cool is all you care about, maybe you should go find some new cool friends someplace else.
Yeah? Well, you are such a flip-flop. Cool 1 minute and lame the next. When you decide not to be lame anymore, give me a call.
Not cool. Wow, talk about a party pooper.
Wow, what was that about?
Yeah, that was really awkward.
I'm sorry. Every Pony, for bringing Gilda here. I didn't know how rude she was. And Pinkie Pie, I'm really sorry she ruined that awesome party you put on for her.
Hey, if you want to hang out with party poopers, that's your business.
I'd rather hang out with you. No hard feelings?
No hard feelings.
Hey, Pinkie. Sorry I accused you of misjudging Gilda. Looks like I'm the one who misjudged you.
It's okay, Twilight. Even you can't be a super smart smarty smart pants all the time. Come on, every pony. There's still a whole lot of party to finish.
Dearest Princess Celestia, today I learned that it's hard to accept when some pony you like wants to spend time with some pony who's not so nice. Though it's impossible to control who your friends hang out with, it is possible to control your own behavior. Just continue to be a good friend. In the end, the difference between a false friend and one who is true will surely come to light. Your faithful student, Twilight Sparkle.
Dear Twilight Sparkle, my most faithful student. Oh, wrong ink.
And that was Season 1, Episode 5. Your initial thoughts? You make a valid argument there, Mr. Ben. I'm guessing it probably would have either been the same, ultimately. The only difference, of course, being some of the physics, the physics bending might have been a little bit more believable, but then that would have bypassed a lot of the comedy. But that's just my thought. Any other initial thoughts? Yeah, I'm with you on that one. Or, if anything, it wouldn't surprise me. But one wonders if it has any bearing on anything. And I say this from the perspective of, just because she can't fly doesn't mean she can't bend. I don't think flight and physics bending have anything in common with it in this respect. Okay, I see your point, and it's a fair enough argument. Alright, so, what do you think of the episode overall? To me, it's a decent episode. It's a good one. I like this one. It definitely, I'm just calling this like I'm seeing it, folks, but it definitely has that early installment innocent charm type thing to it. And again, nothing wrong with that. As a matter of fact, it's kind of nice in these early episodes that you still get that. But again, I'm just calling it like I'm seeing it. So let's start at the beginning, shall we? What did you think of the opening piece before we meet Gilda? All the jokes, pranks, and all that fun whatnot. So let's start at the very beginning with all the chase scenes and the Peppy Le Pew chase scene. What are your initial thoughts of that? What do you mean? There's, I was doing some research on this episode now that you mentioned that, Mr. Ben, and yeah, they made a hint of that this episode could have come out of they could have been out of order because the way Pinky describes it. It's extraordinarily in tune with the sonic rainbow, but we'll get to that bit when we get there. And to that, the reason I have a hard time accepting that is because I guess the problem I have with it is it's because the episodes are ordered the way they are. Maybe it is, and maybe this is supposed to come after in terms of a time stream perspective. That's just it, is the details aren't very strong, and that's my biggest problem with this. And did you notice at the end he's like, woo, 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 flying all over the place, kind of describing the zigzag motion? Well, the beginning is spot on to that. The beginning is spot on to the sequence. It's that end piece that can kind of throw a, for lack of a better term, loop. The fact that she's zipping around all over the place didn't happen. Now, of course, we didn't see that part, but there's that. And yeah, I do have a bit of a problem when it comes to chronological order with these episodes. Well, it's definitely true that some episodes have to, because there is real visual evidence, or sometimes spoken, but like for instance, episode 9 must come before episode 10 because it was the Korra. But I still have to say, but in terms of just hypothesizing and theorizing, I don't think that's this episode comes after the sonic rainbow. And one of the things I just thought of, I think that probably would have been described by her. She would have said, and all of a sudden the sonic rainbow happened. And of course, this could be an out-universe explanation of they didn't know what to call it at the time. So it's a potential. Well, yeah, that's just it, Mr. Ben. Some episodes do have to have a continuity to them because of various reasons. But again, we'll get there if and when we get there. We'll be bringing this up in episode 9. I assure you this because of that reason. But anyway, the whole chase scene, the beginning with Pinky and Dash. What are your thoughts to all of these throwbacks to classic animation, as CR put it? What do you feel with this whole? Do you like this stuff to the point of they need more? Do you like it just the way it is? Do you like it in the first place? What are your guys' thoughts on that? Oh wow! Oh wow! That I'm picturing it right now, Mr. Ben, and all I have to say to that is that's both hilarious and disturbing. Personally, from my viewpoint, I grew up on a lot of old cartoons. Tom and Jerry and the Looney Tunes were basically a centerfold of it. So the fact that they keep bringing this stuff back up is not only great from my perspective, but from a different perspective, I have to say this is smart because that stuff was funny. The Looney Tunes and Tom and Jerry, that stuff was actually funny and violent. And while they had to tone the violence down here, that doesn't mean that it can't be funny. So I personally enjoy a lot of these throwbacks to classic animation. And I know, to be fair, we probably could have talked about this in when we discussed episode 3. So I apologize for some of the lateness, but But you get the idea. Alright, so we're moving along. There's a couple of character pieces I want to bring to your attention. One of, it's mostly just at the scene with Pinky and Dash are out to prank Fluttershy. What I really, something to note is, you notice how it's Pinky who draws the line, and I just want to focus on Pinky here in specifically. What's nice about this to me is she has limits. She realizes boundaries, she takes her friends' feelings into consideration, and she doesn't cross that. To what extent, I don't know, but it's definitely a character piece to note. And in case you're wondering, I don't know why, folks, but the scene where Pinky is jumping and squeaks the toy, that always gets me. It always makes me giggle so very much. I think it has to be, I think it definitely just has to be, she's bouncing while she squeaks. That's so adorable. I think you're right there, Mr. Ben, but yeah, I think it's more akin to what you're bringing up here. Or maybe, nah, we're gonna go with yours. So there's anything I bring up is just kind of weak in comparison. I think you're right. It's an early installment phase type of thing. But we'll get there when we get there, because there's definitely a point in episode 16 and season 2, episode 21, that I want to bring that kind of stuff up. So we'll get there when we get there. And what was it in my notes that I said? Now, I kind of personally want to skip ahead to Fluttershy and Gilda, that scene, that whole market scene. But is there anything you guys want to mention as of now about anything in between there? So this is when we meet Gilda to when she rolls at Fluttershy. Is there anything you have to add to this? I'll take that as a no. Yeah, whenever I catch that scene, I always do this. And if that dog starts laughing at me, I'm just going to chase it. Forget shooting it, I'm just going to chase it too. Anyway, yeah. There's something I want to bring up to the audiences. I want to bring something up here. While that scene is certainly horrible, for lack of a better term, there's a really good reason for it, and I love the fact that they did this. Do you know why? Gilda roaring at Fluttershy. I read once on a how to write fanfic piece, it was something along the lines of, you want bad things to happen to your characters. And I might agree with them. And the reason being is this. Yeah, it's akin to that, Mr. Ben. Or if anything, I almost find that when you have bad things happen to your character, their victory, or in this case, the antagonist's downfall, is all the more sweeter and believable. We'll definitely be playing back to this a lot and very far down the road, but it's definitely something to think about. In this case, of course, Fluttershy doesn't do anything about it, but seeing Gilda get humiliated the way she does is far more satisfying. Because if you take that scene out, and to be honest, there really isn't much else to go on. It just doesn't say, it doesn't, That's the word I'm looking for. It's weak. That's what I'm looking for. Take out her Gilda rolling at Fluttershy, and the scene kind of becomes weak, and the ending is a little dissatisfying, in my humble opinion. But put this back in, and it's a really good payoff. So kudos to the well, even beating them up wouldn't be a bad thing from the perspective of any downfall the antagonist takes is far more satisfying. That's what I'm trying to establish here. So, well, I said from a fanfic perspective, this whole thing falls back to, yeah, that's true, Mr. Ben. The downfall itself does have to be satisfying. But I feel it was handled well. Ooh, that's a good point. Is it karmic or justified? Well, in this case, I'd say it's karmic more than anything. It's not necessarily, and again, that's because of some of the events that follow. I'm going to get there in a second, but it's the events that follow and the sole fact that Fluttershy does nothing to it that I say it's karmic more than anything. And finally, we move to the party scene. I was giving you some time to, write there, so forgive me. And let's now move to the, you know what, no, there is one last thing I need to say. There's something else about the market scene that I want to bring up here. I like how, also, I like how Fluttershy is the breaking point for Pinkie. In other words, we'll get on to, there's definitely a character trait of Dash I want to bring up towards the end. So actually, why don't I save that for later? But anyway, so let's move on to the party scene. This, again, did you notice how it was Dash who was directing Gilda to a lot of the traps and pratfalls? For instance, of course, the punch, the presence, and the punch and presence are about it. The lemon drops I'm a little bit hesitant to mostly because of it kind of coaxed on both sides of Pinkie and Dash, and since it sounds like Dash was the only one, yeah, they're all meant for you specifically. But again, it brings up a good point. Did you notice that? And this was an interesting twist. I loved what they did, that it was Dash and Dash alone who set it up so that Pinkie was completely innocent of the whole ordeal. That came out of left field, but that was actually brilliant. But anyway, there's one thing at the party a couple of things I want to bring up. Or, no, never mind. Did you, how do I want to look at this? Yeah, I agree with you, Mr. Ben. I didn't expect that when this first came on. Heck, I thought it was Pinkie, so that what I thought would happen was Pinkie would annoy Gilda to the point of her blowing up, only to reveal her anger more than anything. And Dash would then tell her off. But no, they have Dash set it up and be the one responsible for, I just noticed how echoey these walls are. It was Dash who set it up, and ultimately it was Dash who led, well, it was Gilda ultimately who blew up, but it was her events that led to Gilda blowing up. That's what I'm trying to say. That was a nice twist. That's good writing. And here's where I want to get back to that point on Pinky. You know, watch the show enough and you realize that Fluttershy is pretty shy. What I really like about this episode in particular with both Dash and Pinky is it really shows how much of a guardianship Dash in particular has over her friends. And I love this character trait. I love it so much in characters. Oh, that's terrible. Yeah, I'm reading your comment here, Mr. Ben. Anyways, I was saying, I love the Guardian type characters. I really do. And this will come up again a little bit later in future episodes, but for now I do want to focus on this. I want to, in terms of to Fluttershy in particular, you'd be amazed at how often Rainbow Dash in particular is her guardian. You see this in episode 16 for sure. You see it in episode 23, and that's what I can name off right now, but my memory's serving me a little fuzzy. I apologize. The sole fact that a lot of the characters are willing to guard the shy one. Yeah, there you go, Mr. Ben. Not Hurricane Fluttershy, but Part 2, Canterlot Lane Part 2, I do agree with. That's a good one. Anyways, I was saying, it's amazing how the other 5 guard... no, I think you're thinking Rarity to Pinkie Pie's defense and Hurricane Fluttershy. But anyway, the point I'm trying to make here, folks, is it's amazing how much they guard Fluttershy. It really is. I really love this little subtle trait. And of course, what I like even more is this is a character trait of Rainbow Dash's that goes to everyone. Did you notice how after Gilda yelled at Pinky, it was Dash who immediately stepped forward and said, you know, I was the one who set it up. It was all my idea. This comes up again, like I said, to not only Fluttershy, but at one point Spike. We'll get there when we get there, Mr. Ben. I know. But that's definitely a better subject for another day. What's your thought? And while you're typing, I just want to say the reason I like this guardianship element is I'm reading your comment here. You know, I've thought about that. I really have. And part of the reason I have a hard time believing that is because of how it was. Part of the reason I have a hard time believing that are a few things that now that I'm thinking of it. Well, that's certainly a valid point. Pinky plays it way too well in terms of innocence. I just have a hard time believing that outside of the shock buzzer, she has any knowledge of it. And take it from Dash's perspective. An old friend of yours is now just insulting one of your new friends and insulting you inadvertently because she's saying these weak pranks are lame. To insult one's pride, especially one as proud as Dash, is very, very insulting. So, So that's why I don't. It's a good thought. It definitely is, but I just don't see it. I just can't. Not to mention, don't you think she would have been the one directing everything? Directing Gilda to and from point A to point B, like Dash was doing. How they got the candle thing going though is beyond me. If Dash just swiped him at swiped him when Pinky wasn't looking, so that's all I'm going to say about the subject. Anyway, back to what I was saying. This personality trait of Dash's, the guardianship one, anyone who spent time with, how do I want to put this? I'm speaking to those who are guardians themselves, the one who must guard the lives of others. You know this trait, you know how valuable you hold it. It's not only valuable to you, but the person themselves is just as valuable. I love the guardian traits because I love the guardian characters because they have such a heavy responsibility to uphold. And it's always fantastic when they not only show it, but when they're tested and come out alive at the very end. It's great writing. It's a great character trait. It's just a great person. I absolutely love that so much. And what else? Why don't we we'll get there when we get there, Mr. Ben, but this will kind of lead to a more, that focuses more on Fluttershy and, no. We'll get there when we get there, I think is what I'm going to say, but you actually do raise a good point. But anyway, I want to kind of wrap up the party scene. No, we're not going there. Anyway, I kind of want to wrap up the party scene. So, as I said earlier, having Gilda not only be humiliated in front of everyone because Dash sets up the, because of the mistake, you know what I mean. I like the way Dash puts it. She puts it perfectly. You made a fool of yourself. And the sole fact of what we saw earlier with Fluttershy was brilliant. Just flat out brilliant. Do you have anything to say about the end of the party scene? Because we're going to move on to Gilda. I've got quite a bit to say about her, trust me. Alright, so let's move on to the character of Gilda. First off, I just want to say that this is, of course, as we know, the first Griffon in the show, and I kind of like that they keep them in there. I like the whole mythical Greek beast vibe they have going on. And I like it when they introduce new characters, too, but we'll get there when we get there. Overall, I have to ask, audience, do you know people like this? The people who are so concerned with the superficial, the cool, etc. Because I know quite a lot of people like this. Yeah, that's the best way of putting it, Mr. Ben. They fail to approach everything they fail to appreciate anything on a deeper level other than what they see at the surface. So, of course, the moment it becomes uncool, it's garbage. Great outlook on life, I must admit. Something I want to bring up, kind of an obvious bit, but her personality is, of course, she's extraordinarily proud and short-tempered. It makes for a great antagonist, actually. We'll come back to this idea of proud in the next episode. But speaking of the next episode, I want to bring that up really quickly because the next episode is Boast Busters. And for those of you wondering, Gilda is a greater antagonist to me than Trixie, and I'll tell you why here. They're roughly about the same character, save a few things. One, most importantly, Gilda doesn't chew the scenery. Elaborate, Mr. Ben. We'll bring this up, I guess if you're not going to elaborate on that, then I won't. If you're not going to elaborate, I'll carry on here. Anyway, the point I'm trying to make is, what I'm trying to say is, hold on here. We just lost connection, but since it's still recording, I'm going to just kind of carry on here. There we go. Now we're back. I have honestly no clue what happened, if just a minor derp of some sort. Since I'll check to make sure that everything's okay when we submit it, but what happens since I'm recording this, if it drops, it still records their local session, so I might just kind of I'll wait for it, but thankfully we still have the full stream. But we'll talk about this after the show, Mr. Ben. Anyway, as I was saying, I like Gilda a lot better than Trixie for a few reasons. One, as I stated earlier, Trixie doesn't chew the scenery. Or Gilda does not chew the scenery. She doesn't overact. And the reason I like that is because you don't have to overact to be an effective villain. Sure, some of them are overdone and just downright crazy, and sometimes that works, but I think Trixie's doing it too much. Every time I listen to her, all I can hear is just, oh! It feels like two drills are going through my ears and meeting right in the middle. It hurts a lot. Anyway, and we'll get back to Trixie here in a second, or in the next episode, but that's the reason why I think Gilda's a little bit better. Or, no, I only said one. One is, of course, she overacts. Two, she does something, Gilda does something far greater than I think Trixie ever did, and that was when she wrote at Fluttershy. That right there was extremely effective in terms of making her a better antagonist. Trixie just basically corrupted and or slipped those who stood up to her. Just kind of, I guess for lack of a better term, messed with them. But Gilda actually did something few have done. She made Fluttershy cry. That's pretty cold. And that's all I really have to say about Gilda versus Trixie. But that's just me. So we'll get to Trixie in the next episode, and I'm kind of glad they work sequential like this. But yeah, Gilda better than Trixie. And one last thing about Gilda herself. You remember how I said she holds very little of value to anything? I think that mindset is kind of, proud. How proud she is. She notice at the end when she tells Dash off, you're a flip-flop, how weak her argument is. She had to stumble and stutter there for a second before she could actually get anything out. Because she knew that, for lack of a better term, she lost, but she's just too proud to admit that. And you're going to be hearing me say that a lot, people. They're proud characters, they're proud characters, they're proud characters. Because it is a very, very common theme. There's one antagonist in particular, well, two of them anyway, that this comes to be the biggest downfall of them. Mr. Ben, you're right on. But we'll get there when we get there. It's a long ways off. And what was it I was saying? Oh yeah. But she's too proud to admit that she's wrong, or worse yet, that she lost. So what does she do? She comes up with some half-baked excuse to dash and flies away. Yeah, as you so accurately put it, Mr. Ben, pride comes before the fall. Must resist a political joke. Must resist political joke. Anyway, do you have anything you want to say about, well, anything at this point, Mr. Ben? Because I got one more piece I want to bring up. It's kind of a weird one, but it's a good one. And no, I'm not letting it fly. You know my rules, no politics, so no politics. Nah, I'm not even going to do it off camera. The last bit I want to bring up is Celestia of all people, or ponies in this regard. I do kind of like this end sequence. In some episodes, they end on a bit of a lighthearted joke or something. In this one, I like this one. It's just lighthearted humor. And one of the things that I do like about this is Celestia takes it in good fun. It shows that while she's certainly in a high position, she's humble. I like that. She's definitely the big mentor type. And, good, excellent. But it's kind of nice to, and while humility goes with that, it's nice to show it. In my humble opinion, it's nice to show that she's a little humble. Right on, Mr. Ben, right on. And that's about all I have to say. Do you have anything to say, Mr. Ben? Fair enough. Just before we go, I want to kind of give some quick announcements. First off, next week is an interview. It'll be the last one for at least 3 weeks. So anyone who's hearing this, there'll be an interview, and then we're going to go for at least 3 weeks of going through these episodes. I feel like I've been doing one too many interviews here lately, people, and interviews are not this whole show. We do stuff like this, talk about an episode, or some other topic I set up. But anyway, the point is we've got that interview, and then we're going to go 3 weeks for sure, at minimum, of just going through episodes. We might go more, but no less. Unless, of course, there's some extraordinary circumstance, but I'm not anticipating it. And no, I won't say who we're interviewing. It's a multi-person interview, but I'm not going to say who. And one other thing I want to bring up is Season 1, Episode 4, when we did Episode 18, Mr. Ben, we got the first half done, but some of the second half was, of course, extraordinarily choppy, and we just ended up cutting it off. I want to redo Episode 4 at some point. And what I'm thinking of here for everyone, folks, is I'm thinking of going through Season 1, or all the way down, just straight down, till we get to Episode 25. We'll go through Episode 25, then go back to Episode 4, and then we'll go finish up. I want to save the season finale for the last run of this whole season that we're doing. Does that sound good? Well, I suppose it's irrelevant. I'm the one running the show here, but that's the plan at this point. One last look, just in case of anything I missed. Otherwise, Mr. Ben, do you have anything you wish to say? All right, then with that, folks, we thank you for joining us. Hope you enjoyed. With that, join us next week for said interview, and stick by, and hope to see more people coming here next time. Take care. Farewell.